This is Chris Reddick with Chris Reddick Financial Planning. In this blog post, I talk about HSAs versus FSAs for corporate employees. So this is one of the major choices that you would get. For example, do you want to enroll in an HSA? And that will come with a high deductible health plan. Or do you want to enroll in a PPO? Which is basically a lower deductible plan, or it could be an HMO, and then you could get a flexible savings account for healthcare. So the HSA is basically an account you can use for healthcare expenditures, and the FSA is basically the same thing. But both of these are really a lot different, right? And I'll talk in the end of the blog post what would be the best choice, and it really depends on obviously your circumstances. All right, so what are the differences between the different types, the HSA and the FSA? All right, so number one, both are federally tax exempt from FICA or payroll taxes. All right, so they both don't have payroll taxes, and they also don't have any, they're all pre-tax as well. So the tax savings for both of them is quite substantial, especially if you're in a higher income tax bracket. So that's great for both of them. An HSA must be partnered with a high deductible health plan, right? That's a big thing, right? FSA can be with any type of insurance plan, right? So typically a lower deductible PPO where you pay co-payments and then so forth. So what's a high deductible plan is that you have to meet your deductible before, which is quite a bit higher, before any of the insurance kicks in. So essentially you pay for most of your medical expenses through the health HSA account. All right, and number three, the employer or the plan owner may fund an HSA. This is different than FSA. FSA is provided through the employer, and HSA is provided through the employer, but both can fund it, right? So it's a little bit different. So you can put in after-tax money and then take a tax deduction on your income tax return. You can't do that with an FSA. So an FSA is part of what's called a cafeteria plan, where they have very specific rules, right? So an HSA, you have a little more flexibility in funding. With an HSA, there are deadlines to use the funds. There are no deadlines. FSAs have deadlines. So basically, FSA is use it or lose it. They have some grace periods, of course, but an HSA just stays in the account, and you go from employer to employer, roll it into new HSA account if you like, but it doesn't just disappear like an FSA. So basically, you really need to plan with an FSA your budget. Number five, contribution limits are higher for the HSA than for self-only, and then the FSA is a little bit lower. But as I said, you can keep the HSA money, you use it or lose it for the FSA. So employer matching funds are counted towards the HSA limit, but not for the FSA. So there's a total amount for HSA for single and family coverage, and you can't beat that amount. You can't go past that. All right, so really the overall choice really depends on your healthcare needs. Some people want the luxury of, knowing that, or peace of mind that insurance covers most of their medical needs, and you could pay little co-payments. So FSA might be just good enough for you. Other individuals like the idea of the savings account and then so forth. So it's really up to you and your healthcare needs. If you have high healthcare needs, probably a PPO with the FSA would work better. If you have lower needs, an HSA will probably work better. So like most things in life, it really depends, right, on your personal situation and then so forth. Are you willing to take a risk, right, of if you have a lot of medical expenses, you could drain your HSA account, okay? Some people don't like paying for everything out of pocket. They would like insurance to cover, those things. HSA will cover the high deductible, but the routine things you'll be covering. So, some people don't like that. And some people may use the healthcare a little bit less, knowing that they have to pay for it out of pocket. So, so if you have a lot of healthcare needs, probably a PPO would work better than an HSA. All right, so let me know how you're looking at these types of plans and I can show you how it can fit in with a financial plan. And have a great day. Thank you.